Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we have a treat for you. We are cooking a healthy roux. A roux that could go in your gumbos, your soups, your stews. The key thing is healthy roux. And it's quick and it's easy and it's healthy. So sit back, relax, and stay tuned. So this is all the ingredients I'm gonna need for my gumbo today, my healthy gumbo. We have our blue crab back here. We have our dry shrimp soaking in cold water. Make sure it's cold water. I just prefer to put a little okra in my gumbo just to thicken it. And this filet, gumbo filet, this is part of a thickening also agent. So you can use this. And we're gonna brown it with our kitchen bouquet, which is one of a very good secret. We have our complete seasoning. Back here we have our parsley, basil, black pepper, garlic powder, and your favorite, whatever Creole seasoning that you like. Back here is the crab ball. It's a bag with all the seasoning in it, and you just drop it in your gumbo. Very convenient and very good seasoning in here. It's very good. I have 2 chicken bouillons. I'm gonna put a little obey in, my garlic, a little more. We have the cayenne pepper, celery, and 2 onions here. So this is the key, the 2 onions. You can have a yellow onion or white onion, it doesn't matter. Just don't use the red onion. I don't suggest the red onion, that's different flavor. Bay leaves, 2 bay leaves. And I'm gonna clean these shrimps and I'm gonna keep the heads on them for my stock. This is very important, you all. If you want that Creole Louisiana taste in your gumbo, this is the secret to a good, delicious, oh, just fabulous gumbo. Try using your shrimp heads and your shell from your shrimp. This is where all the flavor is at. So let's get started. I'm gonna clean up my crab, clean up my shrimp, and we're gonna get started on the gumbo. Be right back. Okay, so now we're gonna clean these crabs. I got them from the market, and you know, you get them like this and you have to clean them yourself. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut on my cold water and just run them through. And I like to get the male crabs, and then I just like to break them. What you can do, you can take the back out, but I don't want to break my nails. But yeah, you can take the back out, trash it, and just crack them in half like that. If they're too big, you can take the legs off like this. I like to take the legs off because I don't like all that in my gumbo, just big and where I can have to fight. So what I do, I just clean the inside with my finger. And I take, this is the male, y'all. And so I just push that in and lift it up. And you just clean the inside of it. Get all the goop stuff off. And break it in half. Making sure that your water is cold at all times, because you don't want to put it in warm water, it'll spoil. Depending on how fast you can cook. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna leave it in cold water until I get ready for it. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so now we're gonna be doing, we're gonna clean the shrimp. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna separate the head from the shrimp. I'm gonna save my head because I'm using the heads and the shell for my gumbo stock. So I'm gonna put it in a separate bowl, and I'm gonna start taking the shrimp off the shell, out the shell. When you get a little further down, you can also squeeze the tail and separate the shrimp from the tail. And then you take a knife and you be very careful not to cut yourself. And you just make a little slit and you get all of that. It's called deveining. And I'm going to run some cold water to kind of help it out. And just lift it up out of there. And then you take the other side of the shrimp and you make another slit. And you just take your knife and pull it up out the shrimp. So I'm gonna do that to all these shrimps, and then I'll be back with clean shrimp, and so we'll get started with the gumbo. So in this pot, we're gonna start our shrimp stock. I already took the heads off the shrimp, and I just I'm gonna put some salt, season up the water. I'm gonna put some garlic. Okay, now I'm gonna put some shrimp oil in. Just a little, like a tablespoon of shrimp oil. Some Obey seasoning. Maybe 2 teaspoons. A little Creole seasoning, because I already put the salt in there. And that's it. I'm just going to let that just cook. Okay. Now over here, let's stir that up a little bit. Over here, I'm going to start making my roux. I'm gonna lower my fire down a little bit, and I'm going to use a little grapeseed oil, because the grapeseed oil has it's a high temperature oil, so you can use that, or vegetable oil. And I'm not going to use a lot, because again, we are doing healthy. And now I'm going to use my 2 onions. Let me get a spoon, because it's going to have to caramelize. And your onions is what's going to thicken everything up. This will take a while with the onion softening, thickening. Hey, can you give me some water? I need, like, just fill it up, because I'm gonna need a little water. So right now you just concentrate on your onions. So I put enough water in my stock, because I'm going to use this stock water and I'm going to transfer it to my gumbo pot. Let's see how it's starting to caramelize. I'm going to raise my heat up a little bit higher. Once it starts browning and softening, then you can add your other vegetables in, which is your celery, your bell peppers. You don't want a crunchy gumbo with crunchy vegetables. Cook it down really good. And don't salt your onions yet because you want it to sweat. So my fire is like on a medium high. If you have like an electric stove or anything, you need to be careful. You don't want to burn your onions and especially not your garlic. So I'm gonna add a little garlic to this, like maybe 2 teaspoons. Add a little bit more. And I'm gonna add my green onions. And you just let this saute. Can't tell you how long, depending on your pot. This is a Dutch oven, so it holds a lot of heat. So my pot may hold more heat than your pot, so you just have to go with it. So you see your vegetables softening. Okay, we'll be back and let these cook down, and then I'll be back with the next step. So now I had to add my okra. I forgot to add my okra because that's one of my thickening agents. So I did that off of camera to get the slime out. Because, you know, nobody want to eat okra with slime. So I just want to break it up a little bit. But you see, I'm still caramelizing my onions. This here takes a little while, but you don't need any flour. That's the thing. We are not doing a flour roux. We're going to use these vegetables to make our roux much healthier, and it's going to taste the same. You won't even know. But I'm trying to get that brown. You see that brown caramelized at the bottom? See, I cook a lot, so my pot's gonna look like this, y'all. So don't talk about my pots. But this is flavor in my pots. This is my favorite pot. And you want that caramelization at the bottom because, let me lower this down before it boils over. You want that caramelization at the bottom because that's where all the flavor is. So we're going to lift that up with water. Or I may use some of my stock here. Let's use some of this stock. Yeah. Just a little at a time. And bring it back over. Pull it up. And I'm going to use a little bit on this side. Being careful not to get the shells. Don't want that. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. Oh my goodness. You see how it looks like it's already thickening? Ooh, look at the stock, how orangey it is. You know that's flavor. This is the Louisiana secret, y'all. That stock, that homemade stock, oh my God. And you have to get the shrimp with the heads on. That's the key thing. Don't just get regular shrimp. Pay a little money. You know, pay a little money for your gumbo. People will enjoy it. Your family would enjoy it. See, I didn't even season this yet because I'm taking the seasoning from the stock. Oop, I got a little shrimp shell here. Put that back in there. Okay. You see that? You see that thickening, y'all? That's from that okra and the onions. You see? It just, oh my goodness. Oh, and it smells so good. You want to get it all from the sides. Just take your time with it. I know I said that it's going to be quick, but it takes a little while. You know, anything that you want to put love in, it takes a little while. You don't want to just do anything and not have great intentions, because it will show. So you stir like you're doing a roux. You know, you keep stirring. Most time a roux takes 45 minutes. So, hey, you're not doing anything different. You're just not adding the fatty stuff in there. See how I'm just adding the liquids in, you know, just slowly. Not all at once. Oh, look at the thickening. Look, y'all. Oh my God. You should smell my kitchen. It smells so good. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Gumbo without a flour roux. Yes, indeed. And I've used my Trinity, which is my celery, onion, and bell peppers. I also added my green onions and my okra, which is a Creole thickening agent. But I like a little okra. It doesn't bother me, especially if I'm doing it for a thickening agent. And I didn't put a lot of okra in there. I just put enough to give me what I need. So now I'm gonna add my Andouille sausage, because I want it all to marry together. And I could have sauteed it on the side, but for time purposes, I'm just going to add it in. And I'm going to cut this off because I think my stock has did its job. I don't want it to evaporate any more liquids out of here. I need all this liquid out. And look at that. Just beautiful. And then I'll be back. I'm gonna saute this a little longer, and okay, now I'm about to put the 2 bouillon cubes. I'll use chicken. I prefer chicken in my gumbo bouillon, and I'm steady stirring. Oh yeah, and it's thickening really well, y'all. So I just continue on, you know, putting in my liquids slowly. And just watching my pot, making sure I'm not burning nothing at the bottom and on the sides. Because once it's burnt, it's scorchy tasting. You don't want that. My vegetables are getting very soft. This time I'm going to add a little gumbo filet. I'm going to put it in maybe a tablespoon. Not too much. This is also a thickening agent, so you just want to stir it in. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. You see those vegetables, y'all, just thickening like I have a roux, like I have a flour roux. Let's add some more liquids because we building up. You build your flavor from the bottom up, and that's what we're doing. And I haven't even added any seasonings to this because there's seasonings in this stock. But I will later if I need to. Always taste your food. So right there, since I seen it a little thicker, I added more liquid because I'm trying to build that gumbo, you know, look. Oh yeah, it's almost there. We're almost there. You see that, y'all? Babe, how that look to you?
Looks great.
It looks good. Oh yeah. And hubby, he's a vegetarian, so he only takes out the seafood part, but he loves the gravy and the seafood of it. He don't mess with the sausage and the chicken. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cook, when I get this roux going, y'all, I'm gonna cook this for at least 45 to an hour and just let it simmer. The longer you cook your roux, your roux is better. But this, you know, hey, it's a fake roux, but it's still gonna be good. Because we're gonna put love in this. You put love in everything that you do. Now, right now, I'm gonna add a little basil. Not that much. Some parsley. Pinch it off. Make it 2. And you use as much as you want in your stuff. Some complete seasoning. A little cayenne pepper. A little crab oil. Don't use too much of that liquid gold. It is potent. And we stirring. We still stirring. Oh yeah. Y'all should smell my kitchen. It is, oh, so divine. Add a little bit more stock. And see how I'm pressing down so I won't get any shells. But I want all that flavor from those shrimp heads in my pot. When something is worth it, y'all, I mean, you know, you take the time out for it. And that's what this is all about. Put my 2 bay leaves in there. So at this moment, we're going to taste it and see where the seasoning is at. Do I need anything else? Y'all, that is perfect. I don't need anything. And I use that chicken bouillon, 2 chicken bouillons, which is salty. But I didn't even use that much salt. And that's another thing. You don't want your gumbo salty. So I'm gonna add a little bit more. Let's add a little water. And then I'm gonna put in some kitchen bouquet. This is the browning that you're gonna need. Since we're not doing a traditional roux, we got to cheat a little bit. So we're gonna put a little kitchen bouquet. See how that's gonna brown that up? And be careful using the kitchen bouquet because it gets dark. And I think I like this color. You like this color, baby?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna keep this color. So you just do it to where you feel like how you want it. And I'm gonna add my crabs in now. Making sure I'm not getting those sharp pieces. I like to add my crab in just so it can give it all the flavor. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna let this cook for I'm gonna put it on simmer. I went on and put in my crab ball, which is gonna give it that extra flavor. It was already good, but this is gonna make it even better if you all get a crab ball bag. And I added my crabs so it can all marry together. And I'm just gonna let it thicken a little bit more. And I'll let it simmer. Okay, let's see what we have now. We've been letting our gumbo simmer for about 30 to 45 minutes. Looking good, smelling good. How that look, babe?
Looks great. Fantastic.
See, it's thick. And you don't want your gumbo really thick, y'all. That's a stew. So you want it like in a soup kind of consistency. A little thicker than a soup, but not thick like a stew. And I think that is perfect. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add in, I've had some rotisserie chicken. We're gonna add some rotisserie chicken to it. And before I let it simmer, I forgot I needed to put my dry shrimp in. So I put my dry shrimp in with the cold water that it was soaking in, and I let it simmer. And I didn't add my shrimp in, just my dry shrimp. And I still got the crabs and everything. Oh, it looks so good. Y'all, this is perfect. Ooh. That's hot. Okay. We'll be back. Okay, so let's see what we got, y'all. Oh yeah. That looks good, y'all. So now we're gonna add in our shrimp. The shrimp you put in last. You don't want to overcook your shrimp. And just stick them in there. Let me taste it. Make sure the seasonings is all blended in. Oh yeah. I don't need anything. Just cut it off and just let it do its thing. And we'll be back for our final result. Okay, let's see what we have here, y'all. Ooh, that looks so good. Let's take this season bag out. Now, don't that look like your typical gumbo? Take our bay leaves out. Don't need that anymore. Where's that other one at? I have two. Let me get something to put that season bowl in. Well, season bag, yeah. It's late, y'all. I'm a little tired. Okay. Oh, my little shrimp. Get back in there. Okay, let's find that other bay leaf. It's hiding from me. Oh, there it goes. Right on the side. Take that out. Don't need that anymore. And now we have our delicious, healthy, no roux gumbo.